Hey, hey, beautiful. How are you today? It is afternoon and it is so crazy. Time is flying. We are almost mid-October, October, mid-February now. Yeah, Katja, wake up. Like, get your shit together already. You don't remember what month it is? Yeah, yep, that's life. That's life. Things are just coming my way, and sometimes it's hard to switch my brain from one project to another. I was just in the middle of doing something else and I had to quickly switch. So yeah, that's life, right? That's like how every one of us is. We have to multitask and have to come up and be quick and efficient in everything that we do. However, today we are talking about Lovegodesss Archetype, why it is important, why I want to talk to you, who she is, and through knowing your Lovegodesss Archetype, you will be able to truly discover your own Lovegodesss Archetype, and it's going to be a little different for every single one of you, although general qualities would be very, very similar from one archetype to another. She might have different shape than someone else's. She might have a little bit of a different personality. Some archetypes would be a little more mysterious, and some would be a little more open and loud. You know, some would be shy. However, no matter what personality she has, she will have the core qualities that are non-negotiable for any of the archetypes of the love goddess or any personalities of her, right? Just like we are different people, we have different sides to ourselves that makes us unique. So your love goddess that you will be awakening is going to be different than her love goddess that she is awakening through her self-transformation, through her process. It is beautiful for me to observe every different personality type when I sit down with a woman and I start talking to her about how we all have this sexual energy that is currently sitting dormant at the bottom of our spine and our root chakra, and it's almost like bundled up and it's sitting dormant, and a lot of times we do not get a chance to awaken that energy and really work with that energy and lead that energy upwards. It's like a snake. That's why I'm big. Like I love wearing snakes, like snakes earrings, snakes pendants. The reason why is not because I am so cool or like snake is a representation of your sexual energy that is coiled at the bottom of your spine. And as you're awakening that, like, to me this is a representation of sexual energy in every one of us, in every single woman, that when you awaken your kundalini, that is another word for it. There's so many different words out there, and I do not want to overwhelm you with all the terms and all the ancient knowledge, because you'll be like, what the fuck is it? Give me like plain language and like explain to me what I need to be doing, versus go into the theory of the kundalini and tantra and all that jazz. And like, yes, there's room for that. There is absolutely, all of it is very, very much connected. However, my mission has always been to use modern language and common language to make regular women understand the principles that may have been really evolving from the beginning of times. And a lot of times we forgot a lot of these principles. So I really am awakening, bringing that up, but using normal language that we use, right? It is very important stuff. And a lot of times when we start using these fancy words and terms, we just get disconnected. We don't understand. We don't know what that means, right? It's too specific, too specialized, and it almost does not apply to the real world that we are facing right now. So when we are awakening the kundalini energy or love goddess energy, we are awakening and blooming into our highest potential, into our highest version. And at some point, somewhere along, so we all have these chakras, right? And somewhere along the way, we blocked, and sometimes we clear that, and like 2 days down the road, like it's blocked again. I just had to yesterday work through my own blockages. My throat chakra was blocked, my heart chakra was blocked because I experienced a little bit of a heartbreak. My solar plexus chakra was blocked, my sacral chakra was blocked. I was like, oh my god, how did I get here, right? So I had to work through clearing and opening those energetic channels so I can yet again connect with my authentic self, right? But if our pathways, our energetic centers are blocked, we are not able to connect with ourselves, and we are not able to really step into our full potential or full authenticity, because if our third chakra is blocked, we can't speak our truth or express ourselves or use our voice to voice our opinion, right? If our heart is blocked, we'll experience heartbreak, and it's hard for us to open up and trust again and love again, right? If our power chakra is blocked, we either too overwhelmed, or there's something else where we just overgiving so much energy. If our sexual chakra is blocked, we are not able to express ourselves sexually, or we are so programmed with the society standards and society ideals and projections that we are not allowing to open that energetic channel through, right? So no matter what your personality or what your love goddess has as far as personality, we all gonna walk through the same path of connecting to who you really are energetically and opening all of those channels so you can express yourself more freely to the outside world and not be afraid to be you anymore. Not be afraid to be you anymore. A lot of women who are experiencing body issues, or they are so connected to this idea that they have to be a certain size or a certain shape, or that they're not good enough, they are blocking that flow of authenticity of who they truly are, and not expressing themselves because they think they need to be someone else but them, and they think that it's always to be good someone else but them, because then we digging deeper and uncovering that for some reason we think that we are not good enough or not worthy enough, and that's when we go into our self-esteem and self-value. And do you know what? Our world, our physical world, our physical reality is a direct mirror of who we think we are. And if our self-esteem is not high, that means it's going to show up in the shitty relationships that you are experiencing with guys. It's going to show up in a bad work environment. It's going to show up in all of those things that you allowing yourself to happen, and you're not blocking, and you're not becoming unavailable to those things, and you're really allowing yourself to experience those things simply because you think you're not good enough and that's what you deserve, and that you're not deserving better. And maybe if you think you deserve better, but on the subconscious level, you don't believe that, right? And that's why it's not happening for you. You might think it with your mind, but on the subconscious level, it is not happening. And that is why it's not happening, because you are experiencing and going through the same pattern over and over and over, right? So let's touch quickly on the Lovegodesss Archetype and who she is and what are her main qualities are. So it's a woman who is fully expressed, fully authentic. She is in touch with her sexuality, and she really stands for her own truth. She stands for her beliefs. She stands for her opinions. She's not afraid to express those opinions. She's not afraid to have people who disagree with her. She says no. She has very strong boundaries to the outside world. She can say yes and no when she feels like it. She does not feel obligated obligated to be so nice to the outside world because that's the only way she's going to get loved. She stands for what feels good to her and what is important to her based on the path that she is following in her very own life. In her very own life, right? Love Goddess is a woman, and usually I like to say I love working with women mothers because not only I am a mother, I understand how mothers, from kind of a deeper perspective, a lot of women have transition to motherhood and transition to the next level in their marriages. They lose that connection, that connection with authentic self that they may have had before kids, before marriage. And there's this longing for something lost. There's this longing for, like, what happened to my life? I used to be so full of energy, so full of life. I used to be so pretty. I used to dress up. I used to, have so much fun. I used to do things for myself. I used to go to spas, and now I just I neglected myself. But why did you neglect yourself? Do all mothers neglect themselves? Not all mothers neglect themselves. But what I keep seeing in women who come to me and get my help are the mothers who neglected themselves, and they need help, and they crave to be back to this and experience this youthful woman that they truly are. But somehow we decided that we are no longer that woman. Somehow we decided, oh, I'm a mother now. I can't go on vacation by myself. I can't. And we put ourselves in this cage where we think that certain things are not available because we are older and more responsible and have bills to pay, and like we are putting ourselves in this box where we think we need to operate from, instead of really expand and look at life as, wow, I'm so much wiser now and so much more experience, and I know exactly what I want, and now I have beautiful children that are my everything, and I know what it is to be a mother, and I know what I need to show them as my own example, and how I stand for my own self-esteem, how I stand for my own self-worth, how I nourish and cherish myself, and I show and I manifest to the outside world that I am important, I am worthy, and I can say no to things I don't want in my life, and I can say yes to things that I am dreaming about. Nobody said you have to give up your dreams. Nobody said that when you became a mother or got married that you have to give up your beautiful business ideas because you have to sacrifice in marriage. No, you don't. You can have it all and more, and like universe is abundant. Nobody said you have to sacrifice anything. It is provided. It's not on you either. It is provided to you, it is provided to your husband, it is provided to your kids by the universe itself. It is that beautiful, it is that magical, it is that abundant, it is that amazing. But we are so stuck in our ways, and we think we need to hustle and work hard and and give up our dreams and or put them aside until later time, until it is more convenient, until we can, until that until never comes. And then how many women tell me, oh, I'm not ready for boudoir session because of this and that and that, and the time never comes. And if not now, then when? And if not now, then when? Whether it is about the boudoir session, whether it is about hiring a mentor who can walk you out of your darkness and show you the path of where you really want to be, whether it is taking that vacation, whether it is buying that Chanel bag that you wanted, like whatever that might be that will raise your vibe, the universe will stand up to you and match that energy. And that is why I always had to take big risks first, so I could expand and create this invisible space for the universe to fill in. And only when I took that scary steps and I made the risks and I signed the lease and I made the jump, and only then it filled in with abundance and money, only then. But I had to take that step first and open up the space. I had to do that first. And if I didn't, I would say I'm still afraid, I'm not ready for the change. If you're not making that step, you are showing to the outside world that I'm not ready yet. I'm going to stay where I'm at. I'm going to stay where I'm comfortable. And it is your biggest gift to expand and grow. And it is your biggest desire. It's a desire of every beautiful woman on earth to grow and expand and become better and manifest better things for herself and create better life for herself, her family, her husband, her kids. It is an honor and the beauty of us human beings to be able to continue growing and continue expanding. And that is what a love goddess is about. She's about full authentic expression and growth despite the fear. We're not getting stuck in fear. We are growing. We are growing. We are not giving up that authentic self that we truly are and have. We may have gotten disconnected from that authentic self, but it's still there, and it always there and always will be there. And it might be dormant or it might be awake. It might be dormant or it might be awake. And if it's dormant right now, I'm here to let it out, right? She needs to express herself. She needs to live a fullness. Like, you don't have that much time on this earth. That is why I started preaching. That is why I started my business. That is why I started expressing my opinions, because my son died. And that is when I understood that I may not live tomorrow. And I want to live my life to the fullest. I want to live my life to the fullest because I deserve this. I want this. This is my destiny. This is my choice of life. This is how I want to do my life. And I don't care for what you have to say, because I'm living true to my own values. I don't block myself, and I allow myself to live the way I live. It might not be the way you want to live your life, and that's fine. That's the beauty of life. That's why we have variety in life. That is why we have a freedom of choice in life to choose what we stand for. But if we are living authentically within what it is that we are valuing within our own value system, and not hurting the planet, but helping and serving others by being the best version of ourselves, we're shining this light onto others to show them that they too can stand up to their potential. They too can live their best authentic life. Your love goddess does not have to sacrifice her sexual woman that she is. She has so many sides. She is a wild animal. She has so many sides. She's a motherly type, and she's a wild animal, and she's the sexual beautiful goddess that is embodying all of her sexual energy. And she's confident woman who is taking care of herself, whether it's financial, or she's this rock of a woman that she is supporting herself. She's this queen who has everything. She has support systems to continue on and support herself and support others and support her family and support her kids. Yet she does not have to sacrifice the sexual side that I love operating from. Because that is your biggest power. That is your biggest power. That is why so many of us are so taboo and hush hush about, embracing my sexuality. Like, I'm in a business coaching right now, and every time I talk about hey, we are doing this and this, and people who are from this business background, they keep laughing at me like, hee 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 ha ha ha. I was like, why? This is my reality. This is what I live every single day. Why are you laughing? This is part of who we all are. Our sexuality is part of who we all are. Why are you laughing? It's so uncomfortable for people to really embrace that side of themselves. It's so uncomfortable because of the social programming, because of how things are structured, because how the materialistic world has gotten us disconnected from that side of our authentic self. That is how we were even conceived, you ladies. That is like how we were conceived. That is life-giving, life-creative energy that we are talking about. And if it creates new human beings out of thin air, what else can it create? What else can it create? Worlds, universes. We are gods, and that's why I'm calling love goddesses, not just because it sounds cool. We are the mirror of God. We are standing in our sexuality. We are standing in our creativity. We are standing in our creative power, and we can use that force that is literally given to us by God himself or herself, whatever your thing is, doesn't matter. Whatever you believe in, doesn't matter. We have that power to use that energy, that sexual energy, to create anything. Anything. If we can create other human beings with that, what else can we create? What else are we capable of? What else? Marianne Williamson once said, and I think it's in Course in Miracles, if you ever read this beautiful book. It's a little complicated, like takes like really hard time, like you have to think like deep when you read. So it's not an easy read, but it's definitely worth reading for sure. Course in Miracles. There's a line, and I can't remember how it exactly goes. And I know Marianne Williamson rephrased that, and she said, it's not that oh gosh, God, how did that go? Something in terms of, it's not that we are not enough. We are afraid of our own power. We are afraid of our own bigness. We are afraid of our own greatness. And that is what is keeping us small, is because we are so afraid to step into our power and step into our greatness and step into our bigness, that we keep ourselves small and we dream small, and we don't allow ourselves to dream big. We don't allow ourselves to dream big. And that is why there's only 1% of people who allow themselves to dream big and love themselves to the fullest and really go with that flow and take risks, knowing exactly that they're fully supported by the universe and all the forces that's here for us. They're here for us to use, but we are so afraid and we are so stuck in our negativity. We don't raise our vibe and we don't raise our vibration to raise up to the level where we start believing that miracles are possible for us. Miracles are possible and are here. In fact, they're everyday occurrences that we just don't notice because we are so stuck in our head, in our negativity, in our very narrow-minded space. That is what Love Goddess is. She is expanded woman. She's spiritual woman, but she's also very human woman who loves material pleasures, who loves beautiful life. She loves pampering herself. She loves herself. She has very strict boundaries, and she's so much. She's a full, whole own world. She's her own little universe that has this sexual desire and power and sexual relationship with her husband and love. So there is lust and love. They're two completely different things, but they work together. They work together to really inspire that beautiful life. And then there is this new future that we are all creating, and we all have new dreams at all times coming at us, and we are allowing ourselves to dream big, and we are not being stuck in this little world that we think is our box, and that we think that we are only supposed to operate and live for the rest of our lives from this little box that we created for ourselves in our own heads. I used to be in that box. That's why I'm so damn passionate right now telling you that you don't have, it's just a mental box that is not even real. It is not even real. We think it is because it is showing up to us as it's a real box, and it's a real problem, and it's a real lack of money that we're stuck in, and it's a real lack of opportunities that we're stuck, but it's not real, and it's only in your head. And you have a choice to make a different decision, to not live in that box anymore. And when you make that choice, things starts changing for you, and you start making different decisions, and you will see that the world around you start changing too, right? That is what Lovegodesss is, right? And then we narrow down to the sexual archetype, and that's when your personality comes into play, right? It's so much more, but yet we are keeping it very small and narrow, because I know that if we focus on just our sexuality first and our self-love first, all other pieces will come into play, and will be organized, and will be placed in order. If we only focus on ourselves and our sexual power, that was initial power that gave us life. That is why I'm focusing on that power, because we literally came from that. That's our beginning. It is our beginning. We're going back to the beginning. Our sexuality is our power that we started with. And that is why if we only focus on that, we are able to reset ourselves to where we started. And we started as these beautiful, innocent, pure angels that believed in that anything is possible, that we believed that there's this big life, and we believed in our mission, that we came to this life for something. And we were so damn happy for no reason. We were so damn happy. Do you not remember yourself as kids? Probably not. I started remembering myself when I was 5, and like I walked under the table, right? Right? We were so happy just because we lived. We knew something was there before. Like we knew it. We knew there was something beyond that that was so absolutely just a pure love. And we lost that. We lost that, right? And you are pure love. You are consisting from that energy. You are that energy, and that is your beginning. That is your beginning, right? And that is also your sexual energy. And as much as society has tried to make it dirty and whatnot, it's not the energy that is dirty. It's what some of us made it out to, right? We don't have to go that route. We do not have to go that route. We do not have to go that route, right? We're so big, and yet we are so not believing in our potential. And that is what Lovegodesss is, right? And then adding personality to it. And some women are mysterious, and some women are like out there and loud. And we all been told that we need to keep it quiet, and we are too loud, and we are too much, and we are like sometimes like if we are too loud and too much, we're like, oh, I better numb myself down, because apparently I laugh too loud. Like, have you heard my laugh? I give jokes, like there are jokes going around town about my laugh. It's like, fuck it, I'm not gonna be upset about it. Like, that's who I am. I'm big and loud and whatnot, right? And then sometimes we're like, oh, we numbed ourselves so much that we now think we're not enough. We're not enough. We're not like confident enough. We're not like, and there's no middle ground. Like, and why? Like, why do you listen to whoever told you all of this? Who cares about them? And what your goal is to really come and align with yourself and your truth and your soul and your energy and whoever authentic you is. And only then, when you align with that, you're going to feel full and whole and happy. That's the only path. That's the only path to shed all of the opinions of other people and like all of that nonsense that we all trying to implement in our own life. And it only makes us miserable. It only makes us miserable. And we want to connect with authentic selves. That's the only place to happiness. That's the only path to happiness. That's the only place where we will find peace, and we will access our true greatness and our biggest potential. Biggest potential. Right? Oh, my beautiful ladies, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. I feel it today. I'm feeling very passionate. I'm feeling the flow of energy. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I so in love with life. I'm so in love with you. I'm so in love with the idea how I am meant to change lives in this lifetime, and I know it's going to be big, and I'm scared too, but I'm like excited about it too. Like I'm so excited about it. And we are doing this thing on February 14th. Do you have Valentine's plan? Can't talk. Do you have plans for your Valentine's Day? Right? So make plans for the night. Make plans for the night with your baby. Uh-huh. And come see me at 12 for the awesome workshop that we will be doing, and we will be accessing that authentic self that's gonna access your confidence. We're gonna talk and work through your low self-esteem, because I hear it all the time from all of the angles. You're telling me I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, I'm like struggling with my self-image, I'm struggling with my body, I'm struggling with being confident in my own body. I hear you. I listen. I listen. I want to give. I want to help you. Come with me on February 14th at 12. There is registration link in the description of this video. Make sure to register. I also am working on getting my girls to speak with you so they can help you in person. And if you have any questions or something that you want me to cover, it's going to be live. Right now we are recording podcast episode, but it will be live interactive workshop where I will be answering your questions. So I want to know what questions you have, because I'm there to help you. I'm there to help you and guide you through the process of embracing your authentic self, and really set that low self-esteem aside. It does not have place to be in the Lovegodesss Archetype. That's not who we are. That's not who we are. We are powerful, independent women who are stepping into our own power, into our own empowerment. And it's so much bigger than boudoir. So much bigger than boudoir. That is why I'm calling it Beyond Boudoir, because it's a completely new thing that we are doing this year. It's going to be big, and I'm so excited about it. I'm inviting you to join my workshop on February 14th at 12, and we will actually go on for the 9 days of that live workshop. So make sure to mark your calendars. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be life-changing. And yeah, it cannot be any other way if you are with me. If you are with me. I'm so damn excited. I can't wait to see you there. And tomorrow I will be going on at 12 again to record a new podcast episode. I can't remember what the topic is anymore, but I can't wait to see you and joining me on a new podcast recording tomorrow. I love you all. Bye. Mwah.